Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Well, I have to apologize. No content for the last week and a half or so. I've been in France making videos on the battlefields of World War I for my Vlogging Through History channel. But I'm back ready to start making daily content here on this channel once again. And I had recorded an episode on this game for a while I was gone. And for some reason, it got screwed up and the recording didn't work properly, so there is a little bit of a gap in time and in terms of combat that has happened that you guys did not get to see. There was a couple of battles. In particular, there was a Battle of Charlotte, which is a federal minor victory, but we were able to defeat them outside of Nashville and hopefully kind of clear some of these guys out. And that'll allow us to start making our moves. We need to move down into Mississippi. We need to secure the Mississippi River, which is also going to involve securing New Orleans. Historically, that was done coming up from the Gulf, mainly with the Navy. So what do we got here? We've got one corps of the Army of the Potomac going up against the Army of Mississippi, of all things. Up here in the Shenandoah Valley. So looks like we're in pretty good shape for this one, although our morale doesn't look fantastic. But the Battle of Front Row Bridge, I'm going to guess this one's going to be on the Winchester battlefield, but we'll see. Winchester it is. So we're coming in from the north, and it looks like we're going to be the attackers, even though we're going to have a good bit of ground here. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up south of town. Keep everybody together, and I think we should be okay. There's the enemy right there. Strength-wise, yeah, we've got him almost 2-to-1. He's only got 10 guns. So there's no reason at all we shouldn't be in a good position to win this one. And here's one of those units that's broken for some reason, even before they see any combat. I'm going to deploy one unit of cav on each end. Got these 14-pounder Jameses right there. We got 10-pounder Parrots I'm going to put on the other side. Oh, they don't even have line of sight there. That's not going to work. There we go. They've got it there. And 14-pounder Jameses. So we've got all big guns here. We've got 14-pounders, 14-pounders, and 10-pounders. All right, let's go. Actually, I'm going to move these guys up a little bit for our starting position. All right, this should be a pretty straightforward attack type of situation. Right here in the center, we've got the Pennsylvania Dutch Brigade, the Essex Brigade, and the New Jersey Militia. Pennsylvania Dutch Brigade is an elite unit. Essex Brigade's ready for a perk assignment. What do we have with these guys? These guys are Iron Discipline. So I'm going to go Deadly Volley here. And then Sharpshooters with these guys, even though they're in the rear, so they're not really going to be involved in the action too much unless needed. Let's give these guys long range. Eventually we're going to have to move them up. Who do we got here? We got 1st Brigade, 3rd Brigade. Give them long range. And then over here, we got Halleck's division. 3rd U.S. Infantry. All these are the regulars. Okay. We've got an elite unit here, too. George Crook's 2nd U.S. Infantry. These guys are about to be elite. All right, we'll let the artillery do its thing for a little while. We don't have to be in any hurry here, because we've got fire superiority on artillery. He's got an advantage on morale. Let's go ahead and deploy some skirmishers. And then we're going to bring Halleck around on the flank. I'll do the same with the Cav. We've got the numbers, so I can be pretty flexible here with my strategy. He's the one that doesn't have a lot of options. And then we'll start pushing forward. He doesn't even know what to do. He's getting all bunched up. Not entirely sure Patterson knows what the heck he's doing right now. Alright, I'm going to give Alec a stance of attack. I'm going to hold everybody else here for the time being. And then let's get a look at the situation on the ground here. New Jersey militia's right there. We've got some unused cav up here. We'll probably eventually throw them in things. My division commander here. Where the heck's your division commander? There he is, Patterson. Alright, let's spread these guys out into a single line formation. Here goes Alec on the attack. He's got some good ground here. Our U.S. regulars. There's our elite skirmishers from the elite unit. They're broken though. So we're going to spread out and envelop his flanks because we just have the numbers that he doesn't. Let's dismount Alexander McCook. I was sure for a second that said Buttlick Road, and I was going to wonder why. So McCook was a Corps commander historically out west. He's a Northeast Ohio guy like myself. Comes from a whole family. They called him the Fighting McCooks. Whole family of Union officers, several of whom were generals. All right, Alec, what are you up to there, buddy? The McCook house is still there. It's in Carrollton, Ohio. Actually, not real far away from where George Armstrong Custer was born. Let's get these guys straightened out here. We got two guys back to back, so they're not. These brigades are overlapping each other, and we're not getting a real good field of fire. I don't know what Alec's doing. All right, call your skirmishers back in, Plumber, and move up. All right, I'm just going to tell everybody to attack. Alright, here we go. Let's mount Hazen up and go after the battery. I think that's the only artillery he's got. Oh, mount up, dude. Mount up. There you go. He must have already been mounted and I dismounted him by accident. Give him the cold steel, boys. Beautiful. Now the disarray will begin for the Confederates. Assault. Switch everybody to assault. We're just going to get super aggressive here and try to destroy as much of this army as we can. I don't know what Alec's doing. Alright, now you can dismount Hazen. Yeah, this one's almost over. He just didn't have the numbers. Do I see Braxton Bragg brigade in there? Interesting. Oh yeah, here comes the assault now. I gave everybody assault orders and they're pressing this. We're going to end up inflicting a ton of casualties at the end here. It was about 2 to 1. It's going to end up 3 or 4 to 1 by the time it's over. We might even capture Greg and Bragg here. Well, certainly Bragg. Oh, he's getting away. Darn it. Lee's going to be the South Carolina militia. They're going to be the ones that have to screen for everybody else while they escape. It turned into a major victory. We got the percentage on his side up to 35%. That's enough to make it a major victory. Excellent. Good way to start. I think we're starting to see the tide turning. All right, glorious victory. That front row bridge, the Army of Mississippi is fleeing in panic. Once again, securing Winchester, the most fought over town in the Civil War. Changed hands something like 60 or 70 times. That's how important the Shenandoah Valley is, and this is the entrance to the Shenandoah Valley, the breadbasket of the Confederacy. So I don't see a lot going on here between us and Richmond, so I'm going to start moving south. Now, it is going on winter time, but remember, in December of 1862, there was one of the largest battles of the war fought right in this area, Fredericksburg. So it's not unheard of. All right, it's November of 62. We've had the elections. Republicans maintain their majority. It says there's some new campaign objectives. Cut Confederacy in half, capture West Virginia. We did capture Richmond. His national morale is down to 53. We got to still cut it quite a bit more in order to claim victory. But we are making our way toward Richmond. He does have some troops there, but not a lot. Only thing I'm worried about right now, of course, is the supply issue. First Corps moving? I don't know why the First Corps is not moving. Let's get them going. Let's look out west and see what's happening. Okay, we've got the Army of Indiana there. He's making a move on Nashville, which is kind of interesting. Let me pause for a second here, because William Buell Franklin's Army of the Tennessee. I thought Grant was in charge of that army. That's kind of weird. Pick Ambulance Corps. Let's take a look here. I'm really missing something because I was really sure that Grant was in charge of that army. That's really strange. Here's Grant. Where is Grant? Oh, he was wounded. That's right. Grant was wounded in our last battle, so that's why Franklin's in command of that army right now. Ah, I completely forgot that even happened. Alright, so we've got to get some of these forces over there. I don't have a lot, though. We'll send the Army of Indiana down there. These other ones, after that last battle, they're in a bit of a situation here with readiness to where I can't really move them at all. I can move McClellan, so let's send him over there. Alright, I'm in the process of building a fort outside of Nashville. I think I'm going to want more than one. Confederacy issues war bonds. Okay, General Gorman has recovered. General Grant has recovered. Alright, excellent. So, now how does this work? Do we have to... I guess we have to go back in and replace Franklin. But how's Franklin doing? His numbers aren't great. Yeah, I'd rather have Grant in that position. Although McClellan might have even better numbers. They're all pretty famous, these guys. None of them are real great at the moment. All right, I say we're pretty solid there. It's November 19th of 1862. How's our move on Richmond coming? Let's do it. All right, Army of Georgia is in contact with the Army of the Potomac. He's only got 22,000 men, though. I'm just going to auto-resolve that one. Yeah, but now it's turned into a thing where there's a bunch more units there that weren't there. Nah, it's still just the 22,000. Victory at Fredericksburg. Interesting. All right, I'm a little concerned here about leaving this exposed. So I don't think I'm going to send everybody at Richmond. I'll hold the first corps about where they are. That's Winfield Scott. We'll send Phil Sheridan with the 5th Corps. We'll send Edwin Sumner with the 2nd Corps, who's now got another perk available. Give him some expert scouts. So the 1st Corps will be close enough to be able to reinforce them, but far enough back that he can cover anybody who might try to sneak around us and get at Washington. And then the 3rd Corps just going to probably have to stay chilling in the Shenandoah Valley. Manpower, we've got a pretty good size advantage on him and men fielded. Okay, we've got a battle outside Richmond. I've got him about 2-1 in terms of the numbers. He's got a lot of troops in the area, but they've been defeated in previous battles, and so they're really not in a position to be able to reinforce at the moment. So our 80,000 men are going to be taking on just 34,000 under Leonidas Polk. Feeling pretty good about our chances of hitting him here and maybe taking Richmond as a result. All right, we're going to be on the Cold Harbor battlefield, and there were quite a few battles fought here historically. And I'm going to keep everybody pretty close together. I don't know if we've got... Yeah, we're waiting on Winfield Scott and the 1st Corps to arrive. About 3 hours away, but we've already got a pretty substantial advantage. He's going to be either right here or right here. Either way, coming across the Chickahominy River. So let's say we send Phil Sheridan over this way. And then we send Edwin Sumner with his corps down this way. Either one of these corps can hold their own against the army that the Confederates have at the moment. So I'm actually going to issue orders at the corps level here to attack. And hopefully he'll figure out to actually deploy his men, because right now they're in march columns. Send Sumner up to about right there. Well, they're not messing around. They're coming at us. I didn't even get a chance to move this corps, and already we're going to see contact with the enemy. So let's go ahead and just, I guess, let Sumner's corps deploy right where they are and go into action. And it looks like we may not see anything over here. Let's see what Sumner chooses to do here. We gave him a double line formation order, so hopefully they'll get into position. I'm going to bring Hunt and the artillery back here, and then we'll kind of deploy individual batteries after that. Just noticed we've got another unit that has achieved elite status. That's the 1st Victorian Volunteers. So what can we find for them that would be a good flag? A lot of different options available here. something that fits with their status as being foreigners. Is there anything that's got like an Australia feel to it, or even a British feel? I didn't realize there were this many options. I think we're through them now. Yeah, it's too Irish for what we want. I like that one. We'll go with that. Alright, we're going to start sending Sheridan over. We're trying to get organized here. I wasn't expecting to see him that quickly. Numbers right now, estimated at 56,000 for us and 38,000 for him. We've still got a good chunk of our army hasn't arrived yet, but they will in the next couple of hours. What are we seeing right now for that? Scott is about an hour away. Okay, excellent. I'm going to throw the cavalry out here on the flank a little more. We're slowly starting to see Sheridan's men move up. Winfield Scott has arrived with 24,000 men, along with a couple thousand cavalry. We'll let him get on the field, and then we'll bring him in over on this side. Going to be a lot of skirmishing for the time being while we get everybody into position. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to throw some of this artillery over here. Alright, come on, Sheridan, get your guys organized. Let's send the Nordic Division right up there. Bring the 9th Division over here. Royal Redcoats Division. We'll hold them in reserve back here. Oh, wait, there's men over here, too. Oh, hello. No wonder he wasn't organizing the way we wanted him to. Alright, scratch all of that. Royal Redcoats go right there. So we've got basically 2 separate battles going here. Alright, we're starting to see our first action here. We've got a brigade, Wynkoop's brigade, going in all by his lonesome over here. Get Buell and Wood's cavalry trying to engage these guys here. Why is that guy charging in there all by himself? Ugh. We get some help over there maybe for all these guys? I can't even click on my division commanders because everybody's so bunched up. Alright, we're going to have to move up and help them out. There's definitely a formidable force over here. I'm sending Winfield Scott's 1st Corps in to come on the left over here. Alright, he's starting to pull back, so that helps. Wynkoop, that's pretty impressive, dude. You went in there and charged all by yourself. And he's actually doing pretty well. Starting to get some help now. Took out that battery. Alright, we're starting to see Sheridan get his people together. I want to get him a little more central with his headquarters, though. Alright, the Confederates are going to attack now. Thankfully, we'll pretty well have everybody in position by then. Alright, 1st Victorian Volunteers, our elite unit, taking on Forney's brigade. We've got the Royal Highlanders over here to the right. And then the Royal Americans here. They're about to hit level 2 of their perk. Alright, it's a bit of a mess, but we're starting to straighten it out now. I don't know what in the world is taking Winfield Scott so long. He does have his orders. See what's happening here in the center on the high ground. Greg's 1st Brigade. We got the Danish Berserkers right here. They could actually put some men in this house for cover. Got the Swedish Guards over here. Let's tell the Nordic Division to go at a long range so some of those guys can fire that aren't already. This is a bit of a problem. We've got fire coming in on Whipple's brigade. You don't want to mess with the Victorian Volunteers, dude. That's what I thought. They are not elite for nothing. Alright, so far so good. And we haven't even gotten our last corps into action yet. They're going to be a while. It's only 12:46 though, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Alright, let's tell Sumner to go ahead and attack. I'm going to go ahead and tell Sheridan to do the same. Go ahead and press things a little bit because we're already doing pretty well. Lower redcoats go long range. Got good high ground here. Boy, Royal Highlanders have lost 600 men. Who do we have in the center over here? That's Greg, and he's got a perk. We're going to give him Iron Discipline. Whipple's about to get his. We've got good high ground here. These guys are coming up the hill, and it's just an impossible situation for them. We're about to win this before we even get the first corps into action. Nicely done. Boy, that it looked like it could have been bad at the beginning, the way he kind of caught me by surprise. But it's going to turn out okay, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Here come the Victorian Volunteers to put the smack down on Cobb's brigade now. Yeah, Cobb's in big trouble. There's the retreat. Beautiful. Nice victory. I don't know if that'll be enough to take Richmond or not, but it's going to be darn close. Okay, we inflicted 10,000 casualties on the Confederates, lost less than 5,000 men, and the door to Richmond is open. So we'll immediately, it's November, so everybody's moving kind of slow because it's winter time, but we're immediately going to try and make that move on Richmond. I think there are some fortifications there that we'll have to take. Okay. So yeah, you can see all the men that are in the Richmond area. First Corps got a 3rd perk available to him. I'm going to bring them out here kind of on this wing. National morale's at 51 for the Confederates. We are still working on the policy of Government Funding 2. That's what I'm working on right now. We'll have some new ones available to us down in here in War So Terrible. That chapter has opened up. So I'd like to get U.S. colored troops if possible when the time comes. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. We might have to invest some more in policies to get some more. But we'll wait until that's available to us. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right there. We're knocking on the door of Richmond. I think we're pretty well set to drive the Confederates out of Tennessee, which means we're going to be opening the door to northern Alabama, Chattanooga, and then Atlanta, and then, of course, Vicksburg and New Orleans, the largest city in the Confederacy. But that'll be for another day. I'm excited to be sharing some new games with you in the coming week or so, including Battle Cry of Freedom, which is basically the Civil War version of Hold Fast, but with a lot of new things that you can't do in Hold Fast that you'll be able to do in the Civil War game. So I'm excited to share that with you. That'll be coming soon. We'll be doing some live streams. Until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.